Hello, I thought it would be interesting to showcase my account. Um, it's always nice to snoop, I think, and yeah, maybe it will be interesting for other people. I started at the end of last April, so nearly 356 days there. And yeah, I started right on the first anniversary. So let's start and showcase the holograms, which I actually have done all of them. Yay. Thank you, Frolova. And let's go with difficulty 6. Most of them are done with Frolova's team, and some have been done with Chuan and Galbrenna and Yuno. Or with Chakona and Chuan and Yuno. I think one of them. Yeah, the False Sovereign. Yeah. Which was so difficult. This one and Hekate took forever. But everything else is with Frolova. Because of day 6. And then let's go with quests. I've done most of them except the card game. The first anniversary is just like I don't know. I just can't be bothered to do it. And then this quest. This one was really fun. One part was with. It felt like I was in Silent Hill. It was really cool. And then let's go with the map. I've done 99% of the map, I think. Yeah, it's only 2 regions that I have not completed yet. Which I just can't do them, so yeah, everything is 100%. 100%. Really cool. Took a while. And yeah, so I've showcased. How much have I swiped? Oh my god, I've swiped a lot. But I just hold them, and it's more like, yeah, I just get out the bundles, and sometimes I'm in other countries, like I was in Italy, and for a while in Japan, and it's just cheaper when I'm there. So I just hold them. And yeah, I don't know if this is important. Purchases, yeah, naturally. But like, yeah, it's expensive. It's too much. I cannot do it like every month, but I do get something from time to time. Mostly I just get the bundles, the monthly one, and 5 character ones, 5 weapon ones, and yeah. But like Google Store sometimes has discounts. Like I normally don't get them on full price. Normally I just get this one on full price. And Great British Pounds, because I used to live in the UK. When I go to Europe or Japan, it's just cheaper. Yay. Yay for exchange rates. And yeah, let's go with characters. So my first character was actually Yinlen. I started a game for Yinlen, and it was on her anniversary banner. So I got her, I got a weapon. Good. My echoes are not great. She is 10-10-10, and she has her S1. I don't know if it's worth it getting sequences for the other characters, because after that they have much better sequences and they're much more worth it. For example, I Lupa have much better ones. But anyway. So after Yinlen, which was the reason why I started the game, I went for Carlotta, which was my meta pick, I guess you can say. It was between Carlotta and Chun-Li, but I don't know. I was like, I like her. She's strong. Glacial. And yeah, I got her weapon too. Unfortunately, no sequences on Carlotta. It took me like 4 months to reach Renacita, because I literally just played on the first map. So she was unbuilt for a very, very long time. After Carlotta, I think I got Calciaro. Oh yeah, I was in Nice. And I was in Florence during that time, yeah. And I spent on to get him, which was a stupid idea. I should not have done that. I spent like $200 for him. Ouch. And then it is what it is. His sequences are not, his echoes are not great, sorry. But yeah. S3 because I have lost quite a few 50-50s, thankfully for him. And then I have also Verena S5. She's kind of built, but not really. I do use her quite a lot, even still. Because I don't have Shorekeeper, and some characters give me like headaches from their gameplay. So that's why I don't have Shorekeeper, and I didn't pick her. So yeah, that's my Verena. Ah yeah, what happened after? After it was around May time, and Lupa arrived. And I really liked her showcase, and I thought, oh, let's get her. So I put 11 pulls on the weapon banner, and I got her weapon. So naturally, and thankfully I won my 50-50, and I have Lupa. But she's not. She was only S1, S0 for a long time, and only on her rear run did I get her S2 for the fusion bonus damage. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get more sequences, maybe in the future, but I'm not sure. So after Lupa, which I didn't, Lupa was like, I just like her showcase, so I went for her, and I really had a lot of pulls ready. But it was mainly because I was hoarding and saving for Lova. I saw her in the story, I was like, okay, it's 2025, I can say I can spend money on games, on gacha games, and I really wanted an S6 character, so, and S6 R5 character. But on her initial banner, I only went till R2. So yeah. Her echoes are not great. As you can see, her critical damage is... Anyway, it is what it is. But she's S6, or level 10, and her echoes are... I don't want to swear, but like, they're not great. There's some which have actually quite a good critical damage. Oh yeah, there's the 19 one. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess you can say. I spent maybe 1,000 tubes, and yeah. But it doesn't really matter because she says 6, so this goes up anyway. After my Frolova, I went and I got Cantarella, who I just missed when I started. I didn't even realize, but I really like her design. She's really fun. And yeah, I got her weapon, R2. Maybe in the future, if Koro decides to rerun all the characters, I'll get her R3. But yeah, everything is and S6. Naturally, I was really debating it when I started because I thought that, okay, let's just go till, let's be sensible. Let's not spend too much money and just get to S3. But I was like, let's go and get them. And I do think they're worth it. So she's Cantarella as a sub DPS. And she doesn't do as much damage as my Frolova, but she does a lot of damage, and her healing is quite high because it's dependent on how much damage she does, her attack. So yeah. After Cantarella, what did I do? I was really debating it, and I really like Fate, so here we go, S3 Ayuna, but she started with S1. I only got her S2 and S3 on the rare runs because I just thought it worth it. And yeah. And then we have here the S1. The more damage she does, the better. So yeah. Her echoes are not great either, which is basically... a very repeating pattern on my account. And after, I thought, yeah, let's go with a mono aero team. And I really like Chacona. So when I went for, I also was thinking, let's go and get Chacona on her run. R2, echoes are not great, but it is what it is. She's kinda built up nearly to the max, and S2. And the S2 is for the aero damage. I may go for more sequences in the future, but I'm not sure. I did look at other videos and I don't know. S1 and S2 seem like a good stopping point for me. And then after Chacona, oh yeah, it was Galbrena. S3, but initially it was actually just S1. I got S1 right after getting Galbrena. I did another tempo and I got her S1. So yeah, she's kind of okay. S3 R1. And yeah, she's built up. She's so much fun. I got her because her gameplay reminds me of Dante and Bayonetta. And then I went for Chuan. Now he is naturally quite built up. After I got Chuan, I was finally able to do some of the endgame content and clear the tower. Because before this, I just didn't have enough characters. And yep, his echoes are quite good for the most part. Yeah, 10, 10, 10. And naturally he's at 6. Because Frolova is at 6. And Cantarella is at 6. So it was just to complete the team. And I don't know. It was worth it for me. I do think that his S6s are really strong. All of them. Yeah. Maybe his S5 is meh, but all of the characters have a meh S5 or S4. And yeah. This one changes his playstyle S3. And yeah, that's it. After Chiwan, I was like, okay, I can rest now. I don't need to pull anyone. But Nihongo de hanasimasu. I really like Japan. And I thought I can speak Japanese a little bit. So I thought, okay, let's get Chisa. But initially I only went for her weapon. And I got it in 10 pulls. I just had a feeling, okay? I really don't know. Like with Lupa and with Chisa, I just knew. Which is a very ridiculous thing to say. So yeah, I got Chisa, got her weapon. And a 0. I'm not sure if I'll get sequences. I'm not going to be pulling for Hiyuki because I want to get Denya and Yang Yang. So yeah, this is why Hiyuki. No need for Chisa to get sequences. Also, I'm not sure. I really don't know if they're worth it. They'll increase her attack, but I don't use Chisa that much. I only use her with Chakana from time to time. And Yang Yang. So, yeah. And after Chisa, I got more sequences for Cantarella. For Cantarella's weapon, sorry. I got weapon copies. For Cantarella and for Lova. And then it was Mornia's time. Mornia is S0 R1. And yeah, she's quite well built up, if I remember correctly. Maybe she needs a little bit more defense, so that she gets like around 3000. I've seen somewhere that you kind of need a lot of defense, but yeah. Mornia was my... What about making a Galbrena and Lupa team? She needs a healer. So this is why I got Mornia. And then after I waited for Luke. Now Luke was normally I would like to go just for echo-based units because if I don't have some kind of rules set up, I think that I'll go for everyone, and that's just not. No, this needs to be sustainable. So I normally just go for echo-based units or units that will complement what I already have. And Luke was. We have Mornier, and let's have a tuned meta team. And I really like Luke's gameplay, so that's why I picked him. And he's Spectro, and I don't have a Spectro main damage dealer. So yeah, he is R1, yeah, R2, yeah, R2, and then S3. And now, at this point, I think that I just decided that I'll only go for S6 in the future. Because like, Frolova at S6 already breaks the game. I don't really need any more S6s, and yeah, let's be a bit more rational. And this is when I got my Gaubrenner from S1 to S3 in 3.1, yeah. And in 3.2, I basically skipped. I haven't pulled anyone. And then in 3.3, I'll just wait for Denia. So yeah, that's why I literally have not pulled for a long time. I think it's, yeah, in the weapon banner it's February. And I think it's similar in, no, it's not similar because there was a mistake. Yeah, February, and then there was a mistake, yeah, in April. So yeah, that's my account. I did swipe. I've definitely spent more than 3k, it is what it is. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully this was interesting and fun to see. I always like to see why other people go for the characters they go for. So yeah, my account is basically for Frolova. And this is why I'm getting Denia, partially because she kind of reminds me of Frolova, and Ishmael from PGR. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.